Hello and welcome back to the channel, and we're back with another episode of Attack on Titan. This is episode 2 or episode 14 of season 3 part 2. And on the last episode, I mean, we got a glimpse, yet another glimpse of Armin's analytical skills at work. We've seen him do it in the past, and he's done it here yet again in thinking outside of the box and figuring out where the other Titans are. Of course, they've been laying in wait, waiting for an opportunity to take Eren, and I mean, I was a bit confused as to how they managed to make that hidden section in the wall, but they've had enough time and to prepare. They knew they were coming back to this location because, of course, Erwin himself has even joined to lead this team to get back to Eren's basement to figure out what exactly his dad has been, Dr. Yeager has been hiding all this time, and to reveal the truth, right? And much like the characters in the anime, us, we as viewers, we're pretty much in the dark just as much as the actual characters in the anime are, and that's a rare thing for anime. More often than not, we know more than the characters themselves in the anime, but here we don't know as much, so we're all anxious to see what exactly is waiting down there now that we're finally here. Now they finally arrived, of course, to seal the holes, and coming full circle, of course, the very holes that Reiner and Berthold had actually made as the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan. The Colossal Titan, of course, kicking out the outer wall, and then Reiner himself ran through the inner wall as they were trying to escape, all way back in season 1. Right, so everyone has made their way back here where it all started, and hopefully we'll see some conclusion here, right? We still don't know yet where Reiner and Berthold are actually from, or what exactly their mission is, right? So I'm very excited to get into in the hopes that this season actually closes with some more revelations, because the more we've gotten so far, especially the first part of season 3, the more answers we got, the more questions arose from those answers. So I'm quite interested to see what they have in store for us for the remainder of this. And of course, as I've been saying all along, I'm hopeful that that Eren will live up to the expectations that I have for the character. I've not seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to happen. So very excited to get started. So episode 2, let's check it out. Thunder Spears. How he managed to do that? I'm quite sure. I'm quite curious to see whether he triggered their transformation or not. Alright. Reiner said, I don't think he'd be able to do that. I don't know. I really want him to explain how this crystallized. What's the Beast's plan?
あの四足歩行型荷物を運ぶクラライナーらに伝えたとするなら、あの四足歩行型の巨人も知性を持った巨人だ。いや、奴がまず狙うのは馬。敵の消滅敵はエレンのダッシュであるが、そのためにまず我々から馬さえ殺してしまえば退路を閉鎖するだけだ。我々の補給線は断たれる。1週間でも1ヶ月で動けるものがまさに今敵の大型巨人が隊列を組んで動かないあたり、それ自体が檻の役割を担うものだと確信できる。
Episode that they had a secret weapon of some sort, and I was theorizing that in the intro we saw some sort of ballistic weapon. If anyone can do it, it's Levi. They've already found that he does have weaknesses, gaps in his armor that they can cut.
待て、リヴァイ・アルミン。リヴァイ班と言ったが、お前だ。獣の巨人はお前にしか託せない。
Okay. Levi versus Beast, and it is.
さっき鎧のガキ一匹殺せなかった。
Stabbed him through the neck before he was able to
人類の命運
transform.
を分ける戦局の一つ。その現場指揮をハンジと君に背負ってもらうぞ。
っていう。あの馬を殺してここから離れる。それだけでいい。
Can Armin take him down? Take down the beast
俺たち
type.
の意識を全身に移すのが一瞬でも遅れていれば、あのまま即死だった。
Transferring his consciousness.
しかし何だって壁の中なんて調べようと思ったんだ。俺たちの旅もようやくこれで終わる。
Damn it. Was him transforming no really a good idea though? Alright, looks like they
ま
planned
さか
for it.
南から壁を越えて逃げる気か。奴一人なら壊滅させることはできても
You lose your objective.
2ヶ月で硬質化を身につけてきた奴を再び壁内に戻すのはまずい。奴が完全な座標の力を東か西の壁を伝った後に巨人化するべきだ。なぜわざわざ壁に囲まれた志願しなくの中で巨人化する？
Are you sure about that? But you can't take the risk of Eren escaping
考
though.
える時間もくれねえってわけですか。
Doesn't really have a choice.
食いついた。
エレンをおとりに使うって。はい、エルヴィン団長の指示です。まさかとエレンで獣の巨人を
I don't
挟み撃
think
ちに
Erwin
し
is
て
any
た。
match for the beast at this
こ
point,
こまでが
honestly.
エルヴィンの指示だろう。はい。
So hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
おそらく奴なら考え至るでしょう。
よし。
You know them as well as
鎧を
they
志
know
願
you,
しなくないで
so
前回エレン
yeah,
は
Breath of
ラ
Shield
イナー
hasn't
をあ
shown
と一歩の
himself.
ところまで追い詰めましたが、ベルトルトの
But
強
he's
力
still
な
hiding
奇
in
襲
the
を受
wall
け
somewhere. Just
連れ去られ
waiting
る
for
に
an
至ったので
opportunity.
す。
まぐれかもしれねえけど。
He beat him last time on a fluke. Don't lower your guard. And he can harden himself too as well. He's having an effect though.
ここがどこだかわかるか。
He's improving.
俺た
Thank
ちの
God he's improving.
故郷があった場所だ。取り返して。
Thunder Spears.
馬を止めるなという指令だ。
Put them all in one place, they'll just get slaughtered. And at the very least, you can confuse the enemy by moving them in different locations.
リヴァイ兵長、
Moving, keep
今の
moving.
うちだ。急げ。小せえのをさっさと片付けろ。煙だ。
Get away from the fighting, but
弱えやつはすぐ死ぬ。ザコはそこにいろ。
only got a lot of newbies.
それだけの損害がなければ決してここまでたどり着けなかった。証明してみせると。だが調査兵団になった途端、なぜか誰にもその話をしなくなった。
The higher ups.
いつしか私は部下を従えるようになり、仲間を
It's funny.
殺した。
He's fighting for selfish reasons, but
人類
somehow
の
he
ため
rose
に
to the
心臓を
ranks.
捧げようと私は立っている。
You know what you had to do to get to this point, or to Eren?
いけるかも
I
し
think
れない。
about the plan failing.
グリシャ・イエーガーが残した地下室、世界の真相に。
この拳なら戦える。
Bring it
一
over
斉に
confidence.
凝縮させるという。遅えんだよ、ノラマが。
Alright, Is he out? Don't get too even, Mikasa. She's always jumping in to save Erwin. Be patient.
中央憲兵が隠し持っていた新技術を導入してね。私の要望とはつまり鎧の巨人に対抗かのスキルも見せてくれない限り、私たちはただエレンと鎧の戦いを眺めることしかできなかった。大軍を引き連れてこなかったら、今のところ鎧の巨人に対抗できる攻撃手段は巨人化したエレンの締め技躍成させるのは困難だろう。壁の穴を塞ぐのも重要だが、我々は何よりも壁の破壊者であるライナーとベルトルトを殺さなければならない。
He's not armored, so they still can kill him similar to a Titan, but he's just so massive, and the steam that he releases, they don't have a way to combat the steam.
鎧を仕留められるのか実際に打ち込んでみないと分からない。通常の巨人には有効だが、こいつを鎧に食らわせてやるには工夫し。
The grappling worked last time to crack him down with it.
じり取るまでには至らないか。もはやこの手を使うしか。
It didn't take Annie all that long to regenerate her eyes though, so...
雷装はその破壊力ゆえに撃った本人にさえ危険が及ぶ武器。目標の周囲に十分な立体物がある時に限る。雷装で攻撃できるチャンスはこのような条件下しかない。ボイスと雷装を打ち込んでとどめを刺せ。
Why are they hesitating? So this isn't the time. Yeah, they're not gonna get that far. Alright, so there we have it, episode 2 of the action has started. Alright, so there we have it, episode 2, Attack on Titan. Reiner and the Beast Titan have finally made their move. The Beast Titan, of course, for the majority of this fight has kept his distance. He has commanded a few smaller Titans to actually attack him in an attempt to cut off any escape route that the Scots might actually use to escape or to have Eren escape. Once the horse is out of the way, he basically has them, right? There's no way for them to escape. Eren can escape himself if he's able to transform. I actually initially thought he would have been too exhausted to change into a Titan because he sealed the outer wall earlier last episode. So I wasn't sure he would still be able to transform. But it seems as though they've been doing a lot of experiments to get him into practice for this mission. Right, so he's now able to armor specific parts of his body, similar to how we saw Annie do last season. And I don't know if his is on the same level as hers in terms of how we saw her use it, precision to even guard the back of her neck, because one of their plans, all these Reiners, is he mentioned it, to bite Eren out of his neck and then run with him, similar to what he did last time. Right? Now, if Eren is able to harden that part of his neck, then that plan would just they'd eliminate that possibility altogether. Right? But while he's able to harden his arms, I'm not sure if he's able to do that with other parts of his body. I see no reason why he shouldn't be able to. But if he can, that would certainly give them more options. If he can't be easily removed like that, right? Erwin obviously has. I suspected that he had new gear. They mentioned it last episode, and in the new intro, they actually do show the Thunder Spear, as they call it. So I was expecting something, right? I'm just concerned, the very same reason that that Armin is concerned, that we don't see the Colossal Titan or Berthold yet, right? Erwin already seems to be considering options in terms of whether to win versus lose. He's thinking, okay, if we do lose, I can still at the very least see what's in the basement. I mean, he's admitted as much that he's gotten to where he is for selfish reasons, because of what happened to his father, and finding out the truth about the state of the current world, basically, and what the royal family has been hiding from them. So he wants to know what Dr. Yeager has hidden in the basement, and it seemed as though he would be fine with that. I don't know if it's some foreshadowing to his death in this season. He's just finding out what the truth is, and he can die happy, because that seems to be his motivation, right? He's just concerned with the truth. I think that was his initial motivation, but I do believe that somewhere along the line he's come to care not so much about his own selfish goals and more so about the survival of humanity, even though he says that it's the opposite and he's only selfishly been going after what he wants. I do think he over the years has changed, right? So I mean, it's a chess game now between him and the Beast Titan. We'll see at the end of the season who's the better tactician. He did notice that the Beast Titan has a number of other Titans in the field who are carrying luggage, which is something we've never seen before. So either a Titan is an intelligent Titan similar to the others, or the Beast Titan is controlling it to the extent where he's just kneel and carry this luggage and stay here. I'm still curious as to how he was able to force the transformation of the other smaller Titans out in the field. So I mean, I would suggest that there were humans there, and somehow he was able to make them transform, or they're from the same village that he's from. At which point they would have transformed into mindless Titans and not be able to revert back. So I'm not sure why they would want to do that. Right? So there's still a lot we don't know about the Beast Titan, where he's from, and how he's able to accomplish a lot of these things. But hopefully we get some answers at the end of this season. So I mean, we finally got a rematch with Reiner and Eren. Last time they fought, Eren won on out of pure luck, honestly, and he got his ass handed to him last time they fought. Eventually they were able to take advantage of a weakness, and they cracked in his armor to sort of get an upper hand, although Reiner still was still able to take him and run away with him, so he was still able to capture him. So I would count that as a not so successful win. This time around though, and I'm proud to say that I'm glad to see the changes in Eren that I've been wanting to see. I honestly would want to see that outside of his Titan form. They went as far last season to show that okay, he was not as good as he could have been because his gear was tampered with in his training, right? There should be no excuse now, so he should be fine. And I'm all good and fine with seeing him fight as a fighter, the Titan, but I want to see that he's on the same level as the other scouts. Maybe not on Mikasa's and Levi's level, but I would want to see him capable, because he's never shown to be capable as a scout himself. Right? It is still good to see that he's mastered some of his abilities as a Titan. He's now completely in control, which is the most important part. He's not running on a rampage anymore. So he's now able to control, stick to the plan, not rush head first into act emotionally and screw up the plan that everyone has. He's listening, he's acting as they should, following a plan, and that's great, right? And he's fighting Reiner, and he's prepared. He's able to harden his fist now, so he can break through Reiner's armor. So that kind of evened the battle, even the fight a bit, and he was able to dodge and grapple. So we're seeing some of the moves, the combat training coming out in his Titan form, which you saw a glimpse of in his last fight with Reiner, but every so often when he changes back into the Titan, he just reverts back into this mindless thing, just attacking emotionally. Right, so it's good to see him thinking and okay, I should dodge here, and you see him actually executing his moves. So that was good. They finally have an upper hand on Reiner, but he did say that he didn't want to use this. He didn't want to use that, but he may have to. So he clearly has a secret weapon of his own. I'm still curious as to how the Thunder Spear. I mean, I know that I expected that it would pierce his armor, but was it not possible for him to crystallize the rest of his body, or he can only do certain parts? I mean, I don't know. And he seemed more capable in terms of manipulating it, but I don't know whether or not he just acquired this ability or if he had it before. And sometimes I feel that the show in some ways leaves out a lot of those bits. Maybe they expect us to fill it in if you're manga readers. I haven't continued reading the manga beyond this point, so I'm not sure what it is if it is that we're missing anything. So I do want them to share more information with us in terms of how the serums work and how it's having these different effects on different Titans. So that's not something that we've gotten a whole lot of, and I want to see more of that later on. But they've successfully penetrated his armor. They aimed for the eyes first, which was good. They don't have a lot of time, I imagine, given how quickly Annie was able to recover her eyes. But enough time for them to attack the nape of his neck and disable him. Based on what he said about having some other ace up his sleeve, I don't think he's out of the game just yet. I don't know if that ace is Reiner or something else. I believe it's something else, and Reiner is still hiding somewhere in the background, waiting for his opportunity to strike. And as I said before during the episode, I meant Berthold. Berthold was the bigger threat than Reiner himself, because while they figured out some way to break through Reiner's armor, they've not figured out a way the Colossal Titan yet. He's a big target, which should make it easier for him to take down, but the steam has always been a problem for them to get past. I can only hope that maybe they devise something in addition to the Thunder Spear to deal with Reiner should he appear. I can't imagine he would be anywhere else if not here, so he's likely still hiding somewhere in the walls waiting for his moment. So all in all, I enjoyed this episode a whole lot. I feel there's some foreshadowing to Erwin's death here. Armin himself continues to prove that he's a valuable asset, and Erwin, I'm glad to see Erwin recognize that, to give him some responsibility and say, okay, you go here in place of Levi, and he sends Levi to deal with the Beast Titan should he make a move. I think Levi is more than capable to deal with the Beast Titan, based on what we have, his abilities that we have seen so far. If it were anyone else, I would actually be concerned. I don't think Eren in his Titan form can deal with the Beast Titan. If only because not necessarily out of sheer strength in terms of the difference between the two, but in how the Beast Titan thinks. He's a lot more intelligent than Eren is. So he seems to be on Erwin's level in terms of how his tactical thinking. So I'm concerned of anyone else faced him except Levi, not even Mikasa at this point. So I think Eren made the right move in changing the plan and having Levi face the Beast Titan should it come to that. If it doesn't, then it has to. I believe it will in some cases, because it's do or die. They have to defeat them here. There's no running away, because they do need to seal the inner and outer walls and get to the basement. And I don't think they're not going to just sit around and wait for them to do that. So they're going to have to face them down here. This is the final showdown, right? So very excited to see what the next episode has in store. Be sure to post down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode, and how excited you are to see Levi versus the Beast Titan if it does get to that point. Be sure to hit like or subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next one.